are back. Episode
29.
29. This is a two-part episode. We had to break it into two parts because if you haven't seen episode 28, you want to go back and check that out now. These are the adventure episodes. Edmund shared his adventure that he is undertaken in 2024. It's a powerful episode. So if you haven't done that one yet, before you do 29, go back and do 28. It's phenomenal. But we are here now. We're going to talk a little bit about my journey. And I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. But before we start your journey, we always start things off with the thankful three. I did mine on episode 28. So what are three things that you're thankful for?
Three things I am thankful for. So, obviously it's got to be my family, my wife and my kids specifically, just the opportunity to be with them, spend time with them. Our kids had a day off of school because
for rain
and
wind.
It wasn't even a snow day.
Jeez.
And so got some extra time with them, but I'm really hoping for a snowstorm.
Yes, it's supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday.
So we're going to get
and
together.
And if not, right? If we can't find the snow don't come to us, what do?
We go to the snow.
Like
this guy did. Check out his posts on Facebook.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, that's something I was definitely thankful for.
That was great.
Great move.
I always have to share my gratitude for the markets. Yes. Man, just so blessed with trading and investing. So I want to express my gratitude there. And where else do I want to go? I mean, there's so much to be grateful for. You know what? I love this time of year, January, February, March. A lot of people don't like this time, but it's like, this is where I'm in the lab, in the workshop, working on things that come out in the spring and in the summer, just like ready to just let my power go.
What kind of lab are you in, Jeremy?
I don't know.
The crystal meth lab?
Yeah, like Breaking Bad. Man, I was an English teacher. I wasn't chemistry.
I know, right?
So, but yeah.
You're still smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah, well, who knows?
Right.
So
this has been a really interesting journey watching Jeremy start a little over a year ago becoming an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
He started out, he was a principal. And, he came to me and asked me, like, how can I help him replace his employer? And we kind of did the whole whiteboard thing. And I drew out some ideas basically on the board, showed him like how he could replace his income and how easy it was to do. How easy was it?
Yeah, I think your quote, I probably can't say it on the show, but you said that you could sit on your couch and do something and make what you're making as
what you're making as a principal right now.
You can fill in the blank there.
Yeah, fill in the blank. So, we went through all that process, and then, we gave him an opportunity at Replace Your University to build, what was it? Replace Your School?
Replace Your School.
Right. And then, so take us through like how things have progressed for you from you starting out as Replace Your School to where you're at now, because guys, like, you want to talk about the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. Listen to this.
Yeah. So Replace Your School was going to be the bread and butter. That was going to be my thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out at all. It just, for whatever reason, it faltered. And then that's where trading had to become my primary. Yeah. And I love trading, but I wasn't planning on it being my full-time gig. Now I'm glad that it worked out that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then these guys gave me another opportunity, and I'm forever grateful to Michael, to Matt, to Derek, obviously Edmund, to have an opportunity to do Replace Your Dollar, RYD, which is I spent a big chunk of time last year, coaching and teaching the markets. So, that was a really big part and kind of leading me on my adventure here this year and where I'm at.
Isn't it crazy how things lead you to the next step?
Because I remember when you were telling me about this, I'm like, bro, I can't be teaching them. I'm just like getting started with this. But I did it, and now I feel like a master teacher of the markets, because when you teach something over and over and over again, and I'm a teacher at heart, you learn it.
Yeah.
Right. But the adventure for me came when, and this is something that I always talk to Edmund about, that I always wanted to build something for myself. I always wanted to create my own business. We have Courage Pays Better Than Fear together, and we've talked about, all right, this is our brand. How do we grow it? What is it? And I loved working with Replace Your Dollar. And I actually had an opportunity to go and work with another trading company and had pretty much joined the team, was part of some of the initial meetings. But in talking with Edmund and talking with my wife, I decided, you know what? I'm going to
Do
take
your own thing.
take the bet on myself.
It's a bet on yourself, right? And that's what he's doing at this point, right? He bet on himself. He came to me, you know, I gave him his options and I said, you're a man, right? You're gonna make whatever decisions you want to make. I support your decisions, whatever ones you want to make. I went through the different options, weighed the pros and cons, and he made a decision as a man to be like, you know what? I've always wanted to go out on my own. It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you know, he's telling me like I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to bet on myself. You always win when you bet on yourself, right? So bet on yourself every single time. And what things are you doing now that you bet on yourself? What resources, what are you looking into to keep you motivated, to keep you out there grinding?
Yeah, so it's courage pays better than fear trading. So this is part of the brand, we're building it out, right? So I'm teaching people how to trade. And you know, one of the things for me is that one-on-one component. I feel that's where there's the most power in teaching this stuff. And the beautiful thing is I don't have to be in a rush because trading is my primary. That's always going to be my primary, but I'm a teacher at heart, just like you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that itch needs to be scratched. So I'm able to do that here. But I think in terms of resources and how I'm staying motivated, talking to people like yourself who've been through this, who've started businesses, and just learning from them or reaching out to other people who have been in this situation, you know, what did you do to get started? But
a lot of it has to do with marketing, right?
Marketing.
Like you're learning marketing pretty much all on your own.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. There's no, and this applies to trading. I'm sure it applies to real estate. It's the same thing when it comes to building a business is you have to be willing to put the time in, and marketing is really just a matter of making contacts, sending emails, phone calls, text messages, reaching out to people to say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I can add value to you. Can I help you with this?
Networking,
right? Because you can't just sit on your ass and be like, oh, hey, here's my business. You know,
people are going to come to it.
Nah,
you know, you got to get it out there.
You got to go to them.
You got to go to them. You got to put it out on podcasts. There's all kinds of marketing strategies that you can use. But not to mention, he and I just not too long ago, we were working out and we were you know, he's got courage pays better than fear trading. In the future, there's going to be courage pays better than fear real estate. And what we're going to do is we are going to take the trading and the real estate component under courage pays better than fear and go out to the schools.
Yes.
And we're going to teach kids how to become entrepreneurs. I got a contact, by the way, I got to let you know about.
Beautiful.
Get into the schools, right? Get the schools and provide, you know, free content for parents, for kids, right? Just to understand that there is a better way out there. It could be done through trading. It could be done through real estate. You know, and then we're just going to see where it takes us. But we know we got to get into the schools. If we want to make a difference, we got to get into the schools. We have to teach kids. We have to teach their parents that are struggling, people in high poverty school districts. You think you need your own money to get involved in real estate? You don't. You think you need your own money to get involved in day trading, swing trading? You don't. There's funded accounts out there. There's people that are willing to lend money for real estate. So there's just so many options for people that could be struggling right now that don't realize that this even exists.
Right.
You could be a felon and do this. It doesn't even matter, right? Like all that stuff is opportunity for people that can change their life forever.
Right. And as former teachers, administrators, currently fathers, we see the value in teaching this to our kids, but also sharing it with other kids. I think we're always going to be educators at heart. But Edmund and I were talking, you know, we'll pay for piano lessons or for kids to participate in the sport. But when's the last time we actually made an investment in our kids' financial future at an early age instead of waiting until they're 21 and saying, you got to get a job, you got to have a saving, blah, 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 blah. No, this shit starts when they're 8 years old, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And you have that responsibility as a parent to start teaching them that. But we want to be a part of that because imagine if your child begins learning at eight years old that, hey, the power of compounding interest, if I just buy a few shares of, let's say, Apple every year and hold on to that until I'm 21 years old, How much money are you gonna have?
And you know what my kid does? I'm always in my kid's piggy bank, right? I'm always, because I don't carry cash on me, so my kid got a piggy bank that's got some cash in it, and I'm just like, Mason, I gotta hit you up for $100. It's mainly to pay for my counseling, but so like, yeah, Mason, I gotta hit you up with $100. He was like, all right, that's fine. I want 120 back at 8 years old. So he already understands that if I'm going to lend money, that I want more than the money that I lent you back. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
is he a hard money lender in the future? Is he a money lender in the future? I don't know. But the boy already understands that at 8. He's already asking me questions about real estate.
Right.
Daddy, how do you take a home that looks like this and turn it into something that looks like this, right? And then I go through and explain all that. So yes, man, like now is the time to invest in the future of our children.
Right.
It's got to be done.
And that's the thing too. It's where you have to really analyze your thinking and, you know, your approach to raising children, or even just education in general.
Yeah.
Why don't we teach kids these things? Why is real estate or the stock market? Why is it such?
Why is it not taught in school?
Yeah. Or it's a scam. The stock market's a scam. You're gonna lose all your money.
Gamble.
It's a gamble.
Yeah. Real estate.
Why?
Real estate. You got to be afraid of real estate. You know why
Yeah.
you got to be afraid of real estate? Because it's not something traditional they teach you in school that you go get a certificate for.
Right.
Right. But guess what? There's mentors out there. There's millionaires out there that will be more than happy to teach you, be more than happy to coach you. Find the people that are doing what you want to do, build relationships with them, and they will teach you. You'll be surprised. Most of these people want to help others.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Yep.
100%. So that's what we're going to be doing in the future. There's going to be a lot coming out about that. We're going to be getting out, like Edmund said, local libraries, local schools. We're going to be doing some virtual events as well, but excited that I think that's one piece that's been missing. You know, us being in schools for so long, is that working with kids and enriching kids' lives. And we're going to be doing that here in 2024.
And you know what? Like, I love doing these podcasts because like, I didn't even think about doing that again until we just did this podcast. And he mentioned courage pays better than fear trading. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. We talked about courage pays better than fear trading. Courage pays better than fear real estate. We're going to get after it. We're going to go to the schools. We're going to put on free workshops, free seminars for teachers, for parents, for students, and just spread the love, man, because when you do that, it comes back to you tenfold.
Yep. And we have been blessed so much financially.
Yeah.
So it's our time to give back, and we're really focusing on that this year. And that's the adventure.
Yeah.
In 2024 for this guy. And that is the end. Episode 29. A little shorter than 28. But definitely fun.
Full of great content.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it. Episode 29. Again, we broke up this episode is 2-parter. The adventures that we're taking on in 2024. We're going to see you back here next week for episode 30.
Here we go.
Woohoo! Anything else you want to say to
man, out? Just go ahead and smash that subscribe button, right? Share this with your friends and family.
Yep. Leave some comments, give us some likes, and we will see you for a brand new episode. And until then, remember that courage
pays better than fear.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.